Hey guys, so yesterday we went out to the first day of the Hawke's Bay Autumn Dressage series. We did 3 dressage tests, 1A, 2A and 1B. We came first in our 1A, third in 2A and also came first in our 1B. I've got my test sheets here with me and I'm kind of just going to talk you through the tests and kind of how I feel about them because I thought that would be fun. So let's get started. So my first test of the day was my 1A. We got 69.80% on that. So here we are entering the arena and working trot. We got a 6.5 for the entrance and halt. It was a nice halt. He did, you'll see, kind of spread his back legs and halt. There you go, he does it there. But overall it was a really nice halt and it was really good for his first test of the day. He actually got 7.5 for this next bit where he does a 20 metre circle at E. That was actually quite surprising. He doesn't always do that well on the circles. They normally have pretty good shape. Did say nice circle and river maintain, so that's good. He could be obviously a bit rounder, but it's his first test of the day. He's probably still a bit tired and he's sometimes a bit lazy and he's not very good at being particularly uphill, so it was actually really good that he won that test. We're now coming around to A to do a canter, and it's a 20 metre circle, canter circle at A. There we go. And he got 7 on that, so that's good, and it said smooth transition, which is really good. We work quite hard on the transitions just because he can be a bit lazy with them sometimes. So we got 6.5 for that canter up to B, 7 for his working trot from between B to M, nice transition. CE medium walk, he got a 7. Now we're actually up to the bit that I'm so proud of. This was his change rein and free walk on a long rein. When we get to the E, we're still walking to E at the moment, but it's EF, change rein and free walk on a long rein. And he actually got an 8 in this, and I seriously, I read the test sheet and I was like, oh my god, he got an 8 in that free walk, because it's the one thing that we've struggled a lot with. It's like, it looks easy, but he finds it hard because he kind of goes, oh, you've given me my head, it's time to and stick his nose out. So he got a 7 for this transition back to trot at A. There we go. Right, when we get over to E, we have another little 20 metre circle there. He got a 6.5 on that. Could have had more inside bend, but it was a nice little trot. You can see, very cute, but he could have probably been a lot rounder. And then we come all the way around the circle. Look at that cute pony. He's so cool. I was genuinely so surprised that we won this class. He never wins his first class of the day. He normally gets pretty bad scores, but it's actually his best score of the day. So, we're getting there. Got another canter circle here at C. There we go. You got a 6.5 for this and a 6.5 for the canter down to B after the circle. And we're nearly at the end, guys, I promise. We're nearly at the end of the first test. We're a third of the way through this video. You can see, so 6.5 coming down here. Already said that. He actually got a 7 for his coming back to trot. There we go. And then we come down the centre line and X halt salute. Oh, there's Maya's mum. And he got a 6 for this halt. I don't actually know what it looked like. I didn't really pay attention. Oh, yeah, he stuck his bum out to the side, so he did get a 6. Moving on to 2A. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, there might be a bit of paper flicking. This was our 2A. We got an overall score of 62.86. We had 2 judges, one at C and one at E. So I'm going to be reading you the C judge, but I'll chuck the E up in text, possibly if it's not there. I was lazy. 6 for this entrance and halt, although it was actually a pretty good halt, to be honest. So for this circle here, you'll see comes around and it's a EX half circle left 10 metres, returning to the track at H. We're not quite there yet because apparently we trot quite slowly. It was really interesting. You got a 5.5 for that from the judge at C. They got a 6.5 from the judge at E. So not sure what the judge at E saw, the judge at C didn't. But we go with it. We roll. But there was another really interesting bit like that later on, but we'll get to that when we get there. So we now come around and we do the exact same thing at B. So but he actually got a 6 on that, so he must have liked that one more. Remember, this is the judge at C because that just makes it so much less confusing. Here we go. That was it was actually more accurate. It was more on X. The first one was quite overshot. You might want to go back and look at that. But I know I was writing and I was like, oh, that was so overshot. So this circle at C, rising trot, land the horse stretch, forward and down was one, maintaining contact. He actually got a 7 in that from our judge at C. But he only got a 5 from the judge at E, so I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. It was quite funny. I read it and I was like, that's quite strange. But it's interesting how different the view must be. Got a 6 for this. Change rein, lengthening stride and trot. Didn't really lengthen the stride very much. He did on the other one when we do that again from the other side though. So that was a 6. And then we got a 6 for this transition to walk. Here we go. And now we've got the free rein walk again. Free walk on a long rein. As you might remember, we got an 8 in the 1A. We got a 7 in this one. But also, considering this is our first ever competitive test on sand, I was really proud of him. He doesn't always cope very well with sand. He doesn't particularly like it. I don't know why. But considering that I was quite worried about being on sand, and I'd like to point out, this is the arena they use a horse of the year for the dressage, so it's like an honour to ride on it. That sounds so like childish, but it genuinely was. Anyway, we got a 6 for the transition back to working trot. You might have seen he did do a bit of a jog when we came back to medium walk. I was kicking myself for that. That transition to canter was really nice. He did only get a 6 for it though, but that's okay. Got 6 for the lengthening stride and canter to V. A 6 for his 15 metre circle at V. Could have probably been a nicer circle, nicer canter, but it was okay. And we actually come around. This was quite a scary thing because this is only my third ever level 2 and my first ever time doing 2A because I've only ever done 2B. But he managed himself really well. Sometimes when we come across and trot X, he likes to rush all the way around because he's like, I know I'm going to canter. So sometimes he just has to slow down. Got another 6 there for that canter transition. Got to change the page. Sorry, guys. 6.5 for that lengthening stride and canter. So, a bit of an improvement. Another 6 for this circle here, the 15 metre circle. It was quite rushed. It felt really, really rubbish. And he actually got 6s for the rest of the test, so I won't bother telling you the scores for that. Come back to trot here, and then we go across, and he got a 6 here. I've already said that. For this lengthened stride, it was a lovely lengthened stride. It felt so nice. He pulled out his big guns all the way down there. Look at that cute ponyo. And then it was come around, and it was a half circle left, and then when we get to X, down the centre line and halt at G, which is between M and H for anyone that doesn't know. It was a bit of a bad centre line. It was way overshot. You'll see that right there. But the hole was okay, I think, maybe. Oh no, it wasn't actually. I remember he stuck his bum out again. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this was our 1B. We got 64.21% in this. And again, I'll read you the judge at C, not the judge at B. 6.5 for this coming down the centre line. It actually was a really nice halt. If you look at that was so square. Oh my gosh. 6 for the track right, and for the circle at B. I have to be completely honest with you guys, I'm getting quite bored of talking about my test. I thought this was going to be a really fun video, but I feel like it's going to be really, really boring. But I'm nearly at the end, so I'm just going to keep going. 20 metre circle here at B. He actually did quite well in this test and he came first, so very proud of him for his second test on the sand of the day. When I think it was going to be on sand, I thought it was going to be in the same marine as my 1A, because that would have made sense, you know, level 1s. Anyway, we did it, so it didn't really matter. We come around KXM, change range, stays in working truck. It's not level 2, but he still kind of did a bit of an extension because he's cool like that, guys. Yeah, that was a 6. Got a 6.5 for this canter, so, you know, that's better than the last test, I think. 6 for a circle at E. I don't know what the cloud's doing. Can you see, like, the sun's kind of... Yeah, I don't know. That was quite weird, to be honest. Anyway, got a 6.5 for when he comes back to trot in the second. That was a nice canter, by the way. I did actually quite like that. Yep, there we go. 6.5 for that trot transition. Felt lovely. He got I don't know how he got a 6.5 for this allowing the horse stretch forward and downwards trot circle here at A, because you can hardly tell that I gave him his head. It just looks rubbish. He just goes downhill and plonks. But I'll take it, you know, I'll take it. It got a 6.5 for this transition to medium walk and for the walk across from F to E. And again, he got a really good score on his free walk. When we get to that, I'll save the score for you. It wasn't quite an 8, to be honest, but, you know, it didn't go down from the last test. So that's good. There we go. Getting there, guys. Here we go. Here's a free walk. Got a 7 in this. Very nice. Because as I say, like, to get an 8 and 2 7s in this free walk is just like my hard work. My hard work is like paying off. It's just like even better than winning the 2 tests. Anyway, 6.5 for coming back to trot here, and then 6.5 for the circle here, somewhere at E. There we go. Also, Mum called my 1A and I learnt the other 2 because I was like, I want photos, I'm learning them, and I didn't want to stuff up my level 2. Anyway, 6.5 for that circle. Doodle-doo. Look how cute he is. He's so cool. I don't know really what happened there. I think I might have kind of given him a bit of a mixed command, and he was just probably a bit like, what are you doing to me, Mum? I'm doing this test really well. 6.5 for this. Little change of rein. I have to say I felt a lot of pressure. I had a whole lot of people watching me who know me quite well, have high expectations, but it's okay. I'm just like insecure about how I look when I ride my face because I'm always so concentrated. It's really funny. We got a 6 for this canter down to B. Let me just turn the page over. Oh god, guys, I'm struggling. Okay, sorry. 6.5 for the circle. So, you know, the same as the other canter circles. That's good. And it says for this transition, it says hurried transition, and it was a bad transition. I rode and I was like, oh, we stuffed that transition up, but he still got a 6.5, and he got a 6.5 for this final bit down the center line, so that's very good. It doesn't look straight, but I'm pretty sure it was straight. Oh look, he at least fixed it. Anyway,